So most Tesla or EV owners will probably recognize this plug. It's called a NEMA 1450. That's what it's looks like. And the pro tip on this, get yourself some waterproof grease. It's the wrong side. I think this little tube was like $5, but it'll last you maybe even years. I actually got it to use on my fins because I go out and body surf, and you want to put some of that on there so that the rubber doesn't degrade so fast. It's a tip I read, so I thought, let me do that, see if I can get more years out of my fins. But if you just wipe it on these with your fingers, both sides, on all the prongs, you'll be able to just slide that nice in. It's still a little bit of a firm push, but it's way easier than it was. Just kind of, and then you'll see my little sign here I made with our label maker. You don't want to put this beyond 24 amps when you're using this adapter. I'm going to show you which set adapter I got. See how nice and easy that is? Plug in our dryer now. Our dryer outlet has these prongs. So you got that kind of L-shaped one down at the bottom. That's called NEMA 1430. Here's the outlet. Most dryers have this, not all of them. So check yours, but it's called a 1430 because the 30 means 30 amps max. Anyway, here's the one I bought. $14 off of Amazon. Anyway, you'll find that will attach your Tesla wall charger to your dryer outlet. But key takeaway here, set this screen under charging to max 24 amps. It defaults to 40 in our Model X. And you don't want it going beyond that, because even 25 or 26, it's gonna trip your breaker, which can be dangerous if it doesn't trip right or whatnot. So it'll probably just trip your breaker and annoy you, and you'll wonder what's going on. So any outlet, you want to keep the maximum amperage about 80% max for what it's capable of. So that dryer outlet's capable of 30, bring it down to 24 or less, and you still get a good rate of charge. It'll probably give you 20-30 miles an hour. It's not on right now. We put it at midnight, which is another hack to save money on electricity. Just let it charge while you're asleep and nobody's really using electricity, and you get those lower rates. You probably can sign up for that on your power company if you haven't already. A lot of them have the EV time of use rates. I think ours is around 16 cents now. It used to be 9. They always crank them up. But anyway, 24 max on a dryer outlet, you'll be good. It'll still charge all the way overnight from almost zero. Don't let it go to zero though. Another tip, try not to let your car go under 20 or 10 because it's bad on the battery. It happens. It's not a huge deal, but try to charge it ASAP if you're getting below 10, at least a little bit, to get it to above like 10 or 20%. And then if you wanted to wait for the cheaper rates for the rest, that's fine. And don't routinely charge over 80 unless you have one of those LFP batteries. Model X's, I think, still have the nickel, nickel something, and all these other types of batteries that aren't the iron ones. You're not supposed to charge them really past like 80%. 90 is probably okay, but day-to-day use, you're probably not driving more than whatever that is, 200 miles or something. So just keep it under 80, and hopefully get some more years out of your battery. Anyway, we thought this would be a great idea for $14 to have. If we're on a trip or something, we stay at an Airbnb or whatnot, there's probably, maybe there'll be a dryer outlet within reach. You can get extension cables that would let you have more distance from the dryer to the car, which we probably should get. I think the cheapest I saw for like a 25 foot was around $75 on Amazon, and you can get like a 50 for like 150, so it's basically twice. But probably worth having if, just for the convenience. It may really help you a lot in a pinch. If you're running out of juice and, let's say you're too far from a charger, something went wrong, some charger was out that you went to, and now you're basically stranded because you're not going to have enough energy to get to the next one. Very rare if you're keeping an eye on things, but if that did happen to you, you would hopefully have a charger with you in your frunk or something, and you could charge into a wall outlet. They're everywhere, but you'd only get like 3 miles an hour at best, so that could be a long night for you. Even to just get to the next charger, that could take hours. So bring one of these in your trunk, and then if you found a friendly neighbor, just knock on someone's door if you're really in a bind, and they might let you charge a little bit on their dryer outlet with this gizmo. So it's a nice kind of emergency option. Well, cheers, and see you for the next life hack.